You know, we hear all the time about the big three, right? Carbs, proteins, and fats. But what if I told you there's this invisible workforce, this team of tiny, unsung heroes running the entire show inside our bodies? Well, today, we're pulling back the curtain on them, vitamins and minerals.
I mean, really think about it. It's a great question. Beyond that morning coffee or the calories from lunch, what is it that truly powers our cells, builds up our defenses, and just fuels our entire day? The answer is something called micronutrients.
So, what in the world are micronutrients? Well, simply put, they are essential elements our bodies need to function. And that word essential, that's the key. It means our bodies literally can't make them on their own. We absolutely have to get them from the food we eat.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start with the basics of these tiny but mighty micronutrients. Then we'll dive into how they fuel your energy, how they build your immune shield, how they unlock peak performance, and even balance your hormones. And then we'll wrap it all up with a simple blueprint you can use. All right, first up, what makes these little guys so mighty? Well, they basically fall into two camps. You've got vitamins, which are organic, meaning they come from living things like plants and animals. And then you have minerals, which are inorganic. They come from the earth and get into our food through soil and water. Next, let's talk energy. I want you to think of your body as this incredible high-performance engine. The food you eat, that's the fuel. But these micronutrients we're talking about, they're the essential crew that's actually responsible for converting that fuel into power. The whole process, that's your metabolism.
And honestly, this is the perfect way to picture it. They really are the spark plugs. You can have a full tank of the best fuel in the world, all the carbs, fats, and protein, but without these spark plugs, you can't ignite it. It's these micronutrients that kickstart the whole process.
So let's meet the crew. First, you've got your B vitamins. Think of them as tiny helpers or coenzymes that are involved in pretty much every single energy-producing reaction. Then there's iron. Iron is like the oxygen delivery service, carrying it to your cells so they can burn that fuel. And finally, magnesium. It's absolutely crucial for creating something called ATP, which is basically the body's rechargeable battery, our most direct source of energy.
And just to really drive home how important these minerals are, get a load of this number. Over 300. That's how many different jobs in your body rely on magnesium. We're talking energy, sure, but also things like muscle function, keeping your nerves working right, even building strong bones. It's just a perfect example of how one tiny mineral can have a massive, massive impact.
Okay, let's switch gears from making energy to protecting ourselves. Your immune system is like your own personal security team, and it relies heavily on a specific squad of vitamins and minerals to keep you safe and help you heal. So let's meet your immune shield's all-star team. You've got vitamin C, the famous one, right? It boosts your immune cells. Then there's vitamin D, which is kind of like the general, regulating the whole system. Zinc is the communications officer. It's vital for your immune cells to develop and talk to each other. And selenium? It's the bodyguard, a powerful antioxidant that protects your cells from damage during a fight.
And of course, where do we get these defenders? From our food. Here you can see some of the heavy hitters for vitamin C. We all think of citrus fruits, but look, peppers and broccoli are powerhouses too. Getting enough of these is just so important for helping your body fight back and heal up.
So, what's the bottom line here? Look, it's not some magic pill that'll instantly cure a cold, but the research is really clear. Making sure you have enough vitamin C helps your body put up a much, much stronger fight. It directly supports your ability to resist infections.
Okay, so from defense, let's move to offense. Let's talk about peak performance. And it doesn't matter if you're an elite athlete or just somebody who loves to stay active, there's a specific set of micronutrients that are absolute game changers for your muscles, your strength, and your endurance.
So how does this team work together? Well, first you've got calcium. It's the spark that lets your nerves send signals to your muscles. That's the start of every single movement. Then magnesium jumps in to help with strength and to reduce that awful muscle burn from lactic acid. And finally, iron is the lifeline, delivering that precious oxygen your muscles are screaming for. It is absolutely critical for endurance.
And hey, for all you active people out there, listen to this. The research shows a really clear link. The more active you are, the more you stand to benefit from making sure you're getting enough magnesium. We're talking improvements in everything from grip strength to leg power. It's a big deal.
Now for our final deep dive, and it is a big one. Hormones. These are the chemical messengers running the show behind the scenes, regulating just about everything. Your metabolism, your mood, you name it. And yes, they are directly influenced by the nutrients you eat.
So let me just ask you straight up, are your hormones controlled by what you eat? The answer is a huge, resounding yes. Your body needs specific nutritional building blocks to create and balance its key hormones. Let's just look at 2 quick examples.
This gives us a really great side-by-side look. For men, the mineral zinc is just non-negotiable for producing testosterone. For women, making sure iron levels are good is so important for supporting reproductive health, especially for replacing losses that are tied to the estrogen cycle. It just goes to show how specific nutrients have these incredibly targeted roles.
And you really can't talk about hormones without mentioning the thyroid. This tiny little gland in your neck is the master regulator of your entire metabolism, and it is completely dependent on one single mineral to do its job: iodine. Without enough iodine, your body simply cannot make the thyroid hormones that control how fast you burn energy.
Whew! Okay, so we have covered energy, immunity, performance, and hormones. So now, let's bring it all home. How do you actually recruit this powerful team of unseen heroes for your own body? What's the plan?
So what is the blueprint? You know, the science on this is crystal clear. Your most powerful strategy, it's not found in a pill bottle. It's found right on your plate. While supplements can have their place, nothing, and I mean nothing, beats a colorful, diverse diet packed with whole foods. That is the #1 way to get these heroes working for you. And that's our deep dive. We've seen how these tiny micronutrients are the real heroes working behind the scenes. So the final question I want to leave you with is this. Now that you understand the why they're so incredibly important, how is that going to change the way you think about the what you put on your plate today?